All right, here we go, getting ready to go. Rnd2 post-classic there, third and final race for the weekend, and the lights are out, and a good start again. Jordan Burley with a massive wheel, he has to lift off the power, but that's going to cost him a lot of horsepower. Let's see what happens when we go into turn number one. We've got Jean-Louis and Jordan Burley, 1 and 2. Sean Donnelly gets a good start on that Kawasaki as well, so he'll find himself in about 4th place. I think it's Brett Fullerton with a good start on that ZX Kawasaki in about 3rd. So let's go racing with our race leader, Jordan Burley. Jean-Louis in behind him, Sean Donnelly, then Brett Fullerton. There's Peter Bogish there, so 5th place for him. He's had a couple of 4s so far this weekend, so Nick shaping up nicely here. Rnd2 is going to be exciting.
Yep, certainly is. So a bit of consistency there from Peter, who's just slipped into 4th place, so he's been running pretty strongly this weekend. But geez, yeah, Jordan Burley will be dying for a win out there today after coming just short in the first race of the day. So it'll be awesome to see him and see how he goes as we come around the back straight. And in 2nd place behind him is Jean-Louis, who took out the win in this morning's first race, and that was an awesome performance from Gian, so he'll be looking to repeat that for sure. And always tight racing when we see the top 4 competitors here. They kept in a close bunch in the start of the day, so we'll see if that can continue. But at the moment, looks to be Jordan Burley on the beautiful Rothmans Honda replica, leading the pack at the moment.
All right, into turn 1, our race leaders go. It's Jordan Burley ahead of Jean-Louis. There is Sean Donnelly tucked himself into 3rd place ahead of Peter Bogish. So this is the top 4 we had from earlier on this morning. These guys treated us to a spectacular race. Jean-Louis won the race here yesterday, so he is on the maximum 51 points. You get the bonus point for qualifying on pole position. And to go with his 2 wins so far, he'll be loving this. He's had wins around the streets of Wanganui. He is the current pre-89 post-classic champion for the Suzuki International Series, and he will take some beating from here in the championship. He's sitting in 2nd place. Look at Peter Bogish get a good drive out of the hairpin and pull up alongside Sean Donnelly. So Peter Bogish, he's also won the Suzuki International Series in Rnd2 racing a couple of seasons ago. So we've got the creme de la creme at the top of this one. 4 of them have broken free. You've got to go a long way back to, I think, still looks to be Brett Fullerton there in quality 5th place, ahead of Dean Bentley, who's had some good starts but just can't quite get that FZR 600 across the line to lead the junior category. At the moment, he's the first junior bike home. We've also got Kieran O'Neill. He's there as well, so a good classy field of junior and senior machines as Jean-Louis starts getting into his work. You're going to pull up alongside Jordan Burley, but probably not going to have the brakes. Jordan Burley on that lightweight nimble VFR 750. He's just going to hang on to 1st place there, Nick, but top 4 starting to tighten up.
Yeah, it certainly is. So just going back, your fastest rider out there at the moment, Peter Bogish there with a 1 minute 15 lap time. So that's pretty interesting to see him there sitting in 4th place. It was previously held by Sean Donnelly. So we'll be watching that 3rd and 4th dicing as it progresses. But at the moment, yeah, certainly Jordan's race from here. He just has to keep composed and hold on to it. But he's going to run into a good challenge there from Gian, who's been extremely hot. We can see him getting a good launch down the middle straight there. He might have a go into Higgins.
Oh, this is going to be good. Jordan Burley leads Jean-Louis, but there's not much in it, and I think that Jean-Louis gets this GSXR 1100 really wound up down that back straight. So let's see, goes right around the outside and pulls up alongside Jordan Burley. I think he's got that job done. Can Jordan argue back into turn 7? I don't think he's going to be close enough. So a change for the lead. Jean-Louis on the number 88 machine, Eastfield Engineering Bay Motorcycles, man. He has got himself in the driver's seat here. Jordan Burley, former National Pro Twin champion, now in this Pre-89 Classic racing, loves it. And he's in 2nd place. Sean Donnelly, who's been getting stronger and stronger as these races progress. This one's been shortened to an 8-lapper, so it's going to need to take something special from Shauno, that he's going to try and get himself along that front 2. Sort of just sneaking off into the distance here, Nick, that front 2.
Yeah, they certainly are. That's a real good battle there. You want to keep your eyes there on 723 Jordan Burley. He is dying to make a move through there on the smaller bike, but definitely a lot more nimble in the infield, I think, than the old Gixxer 1100 of Jean-Louis. So, man, this is awesome stuff. And look at there, he's made a pass. And so we've seen Jordan Burley has taken back the lead from Jean-Louis. So there you go, another lead change. This is something to watch. But then look at that, straight back again. The Gixxer 1100 has passed, and Jean-Louis back in the lead. And they've exchanged leads again. So now we've got Jordan here coming into Higgins.
Oh, this is beautiful stuff. This is a treat for the race fans here. Good crowd in too here at Manfeild Circuit. Chris Amon, welcome to everyone here at the venue. Also a big welcome to everyone tuning in on Ctas Live. Well done to Grant and Joseph. They do fabulous work It makes it a real treat to be a part of New Zealand road racing if you can't be at the track. But let's have a look at this one here. Jan-Louis leads Jordan Burley out of turn 7 and down the front straight. We've got Sean Donnelly in 3rd place. Peter Bogish is there. That's a 4th place for him, and still holds on to that fastest lap. We then look to Brett Fullerton. He's another one of the senior machines through on that ZX Kawasaki. That's 5th place. Scotty Finlay, he is there, but he's been now passed by both Dean Bentley and Kieran O'Neill. So the first of the F2 bikes, so that is all on. Jeff Crute is in there as well. Tony Sklenars is rounding out our top 10 as we've got our race lead. Red hot halfway through this race, 4 laps down, 4 to go. Jan-Louis and Jordan Burley. Is Jordan going to have another look into the left-hander? I think he is. I think he's got that little lightweight nimble 750 and just gets the job done in all the right places there, Nick.
Yeah, he certainly does, but then watch the big block there, just takes him on the middle straight there, so he's going to have to work on getting a bit of a margin out of that hairpin if he wants to secure that first place coming into Higgins. So a lot of work to do there, but we can definitely see this lead being exchanged a few more times during this race. And then look at that, there you go, the big 4-cylinder 1100 just creeping away from him there down on the home straight. So it is Jan-Louis who will take the lead into turn 7, and we'll just take a look. So Jan-Louis is running the fastest time out there with a minute 15. So we'll see if Jordan can give him a good push as he comes down the front straight.
Oh, this is beautiful stuff. Inferno Digital and Design. Jeff Crute, he's competing out there in this class. He's also in Formula Sport and Bears. It's his company from Wanganui, and they've been a supporter of the Suzuki International Series for a few times now. So thank you to them, and look out for them. Can't wait to get to Wanganui on the 26th. We'll be excited to go for the 71st running of the Cemetery Circuit as we see our race leaders into the S's. This is a carbon copy of the last 2 laps where Jordan Burley pulls up alongside Jan-Louis and dives up the inside into the left-hander. I think Jan-Louis, with all that experience, just leaves the door open enough because he knows Jordan's a lot better than him in this middle part of the track, but then watch this 1100 reel him in and swoop past him. So well done. These guys have been putting on a real treat for the fans. Sean Donnelly, he's 1.8 seconds off the race leaders, so not quite out of touch yet. But with only 2.5 laps to go, Nick, it's going to take something special if he wants to get involved in this one.
Yeah, definitely. And he has been working on that margin, and you can see 4th place as well. Peter Bogish has stepped back a bit, so podium looks pretty clear-cut at the moment, Brad, but anything can happen in the last couple of laps. But as it stands, Jan-Louis just holding on to the lead there, and we'll see if Jordan can give him a push. And then it's Sean Donnelly sitting in 3rd place. Beautiful machines though, Brad, bringing you back to the heyday of motorsport, and the GSXR 1100 looking fantastic as he comes down the front straight, followed by beautiful Rothman's replica of Jordan Burley. It's awesome to see, isn't it?
Oh, this is something special. Jan-Louis, an experienced campaigner in classic motorcycle racing, and putting on a clinic here. He's into the S's now, and there's only a lap and a half left in this race. Jordan Burley, Sean Donnelly, that is definitely your top 3 now. Peter Bogish has dropped right off. He was 4 seconds slower than those guys last time around, and now has a 7.8 deficit to try and catch up. So he'll be consolidating there for quality 4th place as Jordan Burley doesn't quite get the job done in the left-hander for the first time in about 4 laps. So that's really advantaged Jan-Louis. The white flag ready and waiting. He's got a couple of corners before he'll grab that, and we're shaping up nicely. This will be a special feeling for Jan-Louis if he can hang on to this one. Gets the quality bonus point for qualifying on pole position. So then he started the weekend ahead of everyone else. He came out yesterday and did a race win. This morning followed up with another one. And if he can go again here, he is well in the driver's seat for our pre-89 senior title, where he is the current champion of this class. He's had wins around the streets of Wanganui, and now grabs himself a piece of the white flag. 1 lap to go for Jan-Louis on the X-World Engineering Bay Motorcycles GSXR 1100. Jordan Burley there. He's not given up. He's within a second. It's 0.8 of a second, that gap. So anything possible. He's really strong in this middle part of Manfeild. So hang on to this one here, Nick. This could go either way at this stage.
Yeah, it certainly can. So we'll just be watching very closely to see if Jordan's going to make his signature move into the hairpin, holding on very closely behind the GSXR 1100 of Jan-Louis. So let's see here, is he going to shut the door? No, he's gotten through. Jordan Burley's gotten through. So let's just wait and see if the Gixxer's going to pull him up on the middle straight there. And just keep an eye on Sean Donnelly as well, sitting back there. Just taking a look there, and it looks like Gian has taken the lead back into Higgins.
Look at Jordan late under brakes. He's going to dive up the inside into Higgins. He's got that nice little neat and tidy line. He's going to pull up alongside, but Jean-Louis with that horsepower, it's certainly advantage him as he gets out of there. They nearly come into contact with each other out of Higgins, so it's a run down the back straight. Sean Donnelly's there. He's not out of this one either, but it's going to take a disaster or a mistake from Jean-Louis at this stage. You'd have to think into turn 7 they go for the final time for Rnd2 racing this weekend. The Inferno Design and Digital class, and it's going to be Jean-Louis. He's got out of turn 7 and done it with style. 3 from 3 in pole. What a weekend. Jean-Louis takes it in style. Jordan Burley's going to come home for another second place, and then you look to Sean Donnelly, who rounds off the podium. That is something special. Peter Bogish, he's been 4th all weekend, so that's another quality result for him and some more good championship points, and that's going to be there ahead of Scotty Finlay, who's going to come home in 5th place, but that's the first of the junior bikes ahead of Kieran O'Neill, so there was nothing in that, only 0.3 of a second when they crossed the line. And then you look to Dean Bentley. He's going to come home after them, so the third of the junior bikes, and in between those guys was Brett Fullerton. 7th in the race, but that's going to be 5th in class for Pre-89 Senior. Absolute scenes here. Jean-Louis, 3 from 3 in a pole, the perfect weekend, but it wasn't all his own way. Some great racing and a real treat for the fans. Something special there, Nick.
Yeah, it really was. Awesome to see these older bikes dicing out the back of the track, Brad. It's awesome to see. And some other notable positions there, so we'll just run you through our top 10. Tony, sorry, I just missed that as the timing rolled over, but we'll just take a look again. Fastest time out there actually was Jean-Louis holding on with a 1:15, so once the timing rolls over we'll be able to tell you. So your top 10: Tony Sklenas, Jeff Croot, Dean Bentley, Brent Fullerton, Kieran O'Neill. There's your 10 through to 6, Scott Finlay in 5th, Peter Bogish 4th, Sean Donnelly 3rd, Jordan Burley in 2nd place, and Jean-Louis, our winner of the second race of the Pre-89 Post Classics.
Yeah, what a weekend. 3 from 3 with Jean-Louis. He'll love that. Well done to East World Engineering and Bay Motorcycles getting on board. Jean-Louis, he's a long-time campaigner on the FZR Yamaha where he's won the series before, but this one is his own bike and his own doing. So well done, Jean-Louis. He's going to feel good about that. Jordan Burley, we talked about him as well, former National Pro Tour champion. He has turned his attention to classic racing and really fitting in there nicely. So that's a good second place, getting stronger and stronger as the weekend goes on. And then you look to the legend, one of the top 10 winningest riders around the streets of Wanganui, the legendary man, Sean Donnelly. He'll come alive in Wanganui as well on that beautiful Z1100. So let's go down to Neil, who will have our Inferno Design and Digital Pre-89 Post Classic Senior Podium, which has been a classy show for sure. We'll go down to Neil.
Wow, you hear the then he said, I could just overhear him here as he taking his helmet. Man, that was epic. And indeed, it certainly was on for sure. Oh, granddad. Oh, sorry. Yeah, exactly. On the other side corner makes it easier for the crowd to be looking at the same time. Mate, still doing it after all these years. Is it still the same fun, Sean?
Thanks so much, Neil. Yeah, it certainly is. I can't give it up, eh? I can't give it up.
Everybody loves the Eddie Lawson bike. Is it as cool as it looks?
I think it is, yeah. They're a distinct style of bike. They're a little bit different to everything else. But I just like that style of bike from the early 80s.
Have you ever had a guesstimate of how many laps you've done around Manfeild?
Gosh, I don't know, Neil. I first raced here in 78, I think it was. And I've done a few 6 hours, so quite a few, yeah.
Oh, it would be thousands, we're going to term it politely. Hey, has this series still got what it takes?
Yeah, I think it has, definitely. It's just got better and better and better, this series. It's good to see it being part of the Nationals. It draws a few more people up from down south. It gets better.
Well done, Sean. Thank you very much. Mr. Sean Donnelly, folks, been racing here since 1978. Jordan last, he wasn't even born. Exactly, wasn't even born. Hey, you've done it again. How are you going to beat that man?
Oh, I think we need a few more corners and we might be away. Yeah, just the horsepower deficit's hard to get by. I absolutely worked my ass off that time. It was awesome. It was such a fun race. It just reminded me of being back in Super Sport 600 again. I put everything on the line. It was always on the edge. I tried everything I could, but at the end it just wasn't enough. Brilliant race. The series has been, well, this weekend has been run brilliantly. Awesome. My sponsors Armour and also Kiwi Suspension Solutions for helping me get here. Like I said, we're a bit down on power, but handling-wise and everything else, it's a brilliant bike and just loving being back out there racing. Cheers.
Beautiful, Jordan. Thank you very much, Mr. Jordan Burley, folks, talking about this lovely bike, armourrc.com. And here's Duane again on the Bay Motorcycles. Man, oh man, this looks just as beautiful as the day it came out of the factory. Does it mean as much to you to have the bike as presented as you as the rider?
Oh, a little bit. Like to have a clean bike.
It's more than just clean, it's beautiful. Pride and joy?
Yeah.
Have you got anything at home that's worth more money?
Oh, I'd have to save my family, I suppose.
Oh, lucky escape, lucky escape. Duane, what are we, the series is unfortunate non-event last weekend, but kicked in well today, 3 good races?
Yeah, real good. Good competition and good clean racing.
Right, what about Cemetery Circuit? Can you beat that guy?
I don't know. That thing's got good poke off the corner.
Yeah. And that's Wanganui got a few more of those.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Duane Louis in our lineup. So well done, there it is.